You are listening to the Happy, Healthy, Hot Mom Summit, where you will discover how to be fit, sexy, and energized, even if you are a busy mom. With your host, top female fat loss and hormone specialist, Dr. Michelle Sands.
Hi, and welcome back to the Happy, Healthy, Hot Mom Summit. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Sands, and today we're talking to Wendy Myers. Wendy is a founder and head writer at live110.com. She is a functional diagnostic nutritionist and certified holistic health coach. She is also certified in hair mineral analysis, and she uses that to design programs for her clients to correct their metabolism and reverse illnesses by implementing strategies of detoxification and customized targeted nutrient therapy. She's currently seeking her master's in clinical nutrition. Wendy also hosts a weekly live podcast called Live to 110. It's also actually a video podcast. And she's working on a book that's coming out soon called The Modern Paleo Survival Guide. So Wendy, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. You're a busy woman doing a lot right now, and it's just great to have you on this summit to share your information with everybody.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. So today we're actually talking about toxins and weight loss. But before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the health field?
Yes, well, I actually started studying nutrition when I was planning my pregnancy. So a couple years before I want to get pregnant, I started studying nutrition and health and et cetera. And I thought, wow, I love this so much. And then about 6 months after my daughter was born, my father was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. And unfortunately, he passed away within about 6 months of his diagnosis from his cancer treatments. And it really scared me. And it was a very painful death. And, I don't want to die like that. And it scared me straight. And it really got me thinking about and researching why is everybody so sick? Why is everyone getting cancer and autoimmune diseases and on so many medications? And it was just like, what's wrong with this picture? Mm-hmm. And I started studying the underlying causes of cancer and come to find out, it's mineral deficiencies. Our soils are deficient. Our food is deficient, even if you're eating organic. Mm-hmm. And people are suffering from heavy metal and chemical toxicities. Everyone without exception. Mm-hmm. And the question to ask is, how toxic are you? It's not if you're toxic or not. And so this is the main underlying causes of disease. And when you correct these issues, when you detox properly and you correct your diet and nutritional deficiencies, health results. And people feel better mentally, emotionally, and physically. And that's what I talk about on my websites and my podcasts, live110.com and mineralpower.com.
Awesome. Yeah, so you actually got into this because you were trying to avoid a horrible disease from happening. But a lot of times you talk about conditions and diseases, but you also talk about just general life. I know a lot of moms on here, maybe they don't have a disease that they're working on healing, but maybe they just want to look and feel better. So I want to talk about why it's harder to lose weight as we age. Like why does that happen? Why do we have a harder time looking and feeling our best as we get older?
Well, as we get older, we accumulate more and more toxins, and there are several toxins that contribute to an inability to lose weight. And I know a lot of moms are in that predicament. Mm-hmm. I was in that predicament after I had my child. I gained 75 pounds. Oh. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to eat what I want. And I paid the price for that thinking.
Yeah.
I was
I think we fall into that trap a lot of times, and it's almost very frustrating for me to hear people like shower pregnant women with junk food because they're telling, it's a time when you can eat whatever you want, but it's not meant to eat horrible food that's going to be bad for your baby. So it's kind of frustrating, but I think we all kind of fall into that trap because we get hungrier,
That's what I was. I was very mineral deficient and I was starving. I would eat and then I would be hungry an hour later. And it was just because my body was very, very deficient. I didn't realize this until I started doing hair mineral analysis testing on myself. But a lot of women find themselves that they're having trouble losing weight. I have myself and a lot of my clients, myself in the past, when I was struggling with weight loss, I was eating perfect. And I was eating kind of a low-carb diet, eating vegetables and meat and fresh food. And I was working out 4 or 5 days a week. And I just wasn't losing weight like I had easily in the past. And it was very frustrating for me. So again, I dove into the research, and I found that there were a lot of chemicals called obesogens that will actually cause stem cells to turn into fat cells. And chemicals, estrogenic chemicals, that will cause your fat cells to grow exponentially larger than they normally would. And not only that, but you have to store all these toxins somewhere, and your body stores it in fat to protect your body's vital organs. So for many women, they're not able to lose weight because they need to detox these obesogenic chemicals. And additionally, they need to detox heavy metals that can, prevent weight loss, namely arsenic. Arsenic is found in conventional chickens. So if you're eating any birds that are not organic or pasture raised, they contain arsenic. Around the world, the antibiotic that our chickens are fed contain arsenic. And it just makes the birds grow faster and the farmers make a lot more money. So it makes perfect sense to them. But for us, the arsenic poison enzymes that transport triglycerides out of fat cells. So in essence, that prevents weight loss. And my very arsenic toxic patients find that they're not able to lose weight. And most of the people I test have significant levels of arsenic.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's really interesting that like the body is actually protecting you by taking those toxins and storing them in the fat, but we're not happy because we're getting fatter.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why America is the fattest nation in the world. It's not just the food intake. It is these toxic chemicals in the air, food, and water that we're ingesting, and we're so overwhelmed that our bodies are not able to detox them fast enough. So you have to assist your body in the detoxification process.
So you mentioned arsenic in the commercial chicken, but the other things that you were talking about were the mercury, uranium, and obesogen. So where can we look out for those things?
Well, uranium, I find in quite a number of clients, I had uranium toxicity as well. And my clients that have uranium develop diabetes. It interferes in blood sugar control. It also prevents the detoxification of arsenic. So when people have that 1-2 punch of uranium and arsenic, really tough time losing weight. And uranium is found in drinking water. It's found in well water. It's found in a lot of French and Italian bottled waters. And there's some sort of contamination in Southern California. I'm finding most of my clients in Southern California have uranium toxicity to some degree. And a lot of clients in the Middle East that have uranium as well. It can come from, artillery testing, military artillery testing. And it can also come from, depleted uranium is used in nuclear power plants. So the contamination is coming from somewhere, I don't know where. It could be coming from testing in Nevada as well. But the fact is that it makes people sick and it needs to be detoxed.
So we're getting it not only from what we're eating, but also our environment. So that's crucial to know, because even if you are eating all organic, you're still at risk for getting some of this in your body.
Oh, absolutely. Well, everyone has toxins in their body. And the problem is, and what a lot of people don't understand, is that even if you're taking care of yourself, you're eating a great diet, you're sleeping, you're exercising a few times a week, there's a lot of women out there, they just don't feel well. They're tired and they have brain fog, maybe some low-grade depression. They just don't feel the joy that they used to feel. And even if you're taking care of yourself, you still are going to be toxic. It doesn't matter. So that's why my main message to people is that to truly take care of yourself, you have to have a daily detoxification plan.
Wow.
And that's what I teach people on my Mineral Power program. I give them a complete program to be able to detox their body. Well, number one, tell them what toxins they have and how to go about detoxing that. And it's very individualized for each person.
Awesome. So I want to get more into the Mineral Power program in a little bit, but I have a question on how people would find out how their toxic level, like how do they assess that in their body?
Well, I like to start with my clients with a complete health history that goes into, their potential toxic exposure and their health symptoms, and with a hair mineral analysis. And that will, for the most part, tell me what people's toxicities are and their mineral levels, et cetera. Because the more mineral deficient someone is, the more they are able to accumulate toxins and heavy metals. It's just metals and minerals occupy the same binding sites in the body. So more mineral deficient, more toxic people become. And so that's a big problem. So the more you mineralize your body, the less of a sitting duck you are to accumulating metals. And beyond that, I do a urine push tests with DMSA and glycine and biosil. These are chelators that some people aren't able to detox metals on their own. They need assistance. So I'll use these chelators to pull out the metals so we get a better idea of their body burden of toxins. I also do fecal metals tests as well. It gives me, again, more metals. So if people do those 3 tests, they can see their complete body burden of toxicity.
And for those who are not familiar with hair mineral analysis, can you just give us just a little overview on how you do that test and what's involved?
Yeah, it's really easy. People just from the comfort of their own home, they'll cut off about an inch of their hair close to the scalp, and they send that to the lab, and a week later we have their test results that are emailed to them, and then we book an appointment for an hour to go over their test results. And it's kind of confusing at first, but it takes a few years to learn how to read hair mineral analyses and what they mean. There's a lot of information. You can see if you're eating too much protein or not enough protein, if you're absorbing the protein you're eating. A lot of my clients not able to absorb their proteins because of certain metal toxicities that poison enzymes that take amino acids into the cells. So just because you're eating protein doesn't mean you're absorbing it. And so the hair test will tell me that, and will give you an idea of your adrenal and thyroid functioning, your metabolic rate, your ability to, metabolize, your metabolic rate basically, and like I said, your mineral deficiencies and excesses. Very, very interesting.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, so it's not only your toxicity, but also your thyroid functioning, metabolic rate, which are big issues for a lot of moms who are actually trying to, get their bodies back. So that's awesome.
Women have really high calcium levels on their hair mineral analysis, which can result from adrenal fatigue when women are burning the candles at both ends, trying to do everything and be super mom. They can develop lots of calcium in their tissues, and this calcium basically slows down your metabolism. So by correcting that, you can speed up your metabolic rate. It's a beautiful thing.
It is, and it's a beautiful thing what you're saying, because I know a lot of women listening, they are doing everything they think they need to do. They're eating right, they're exercising, they're going to sleep, and they're still not getting results, and it can be very, very, very frustrating.
Yeah, and it's like that hamster in a wheel that's just running and going nowhere. And I've been there before, and I thought, there's no way. There has to be a way to change this. And that's why I researched and I dug and I found hair mineral analysis just by chance, and took a leap and started on the program. And, I've been doing it for 5 years myself, and I'm a completely different person. When I started, I had adrenal fatigue. I was on high thyroid medication that I was able to get off of. I healed my thyroid and adrenals, so I was able to speed up my metabolism. I corrected all my nutrient deficiencies. I had anemia, had lots of different health issues. I had major brain fog. I was tired all the time, and I was depressed, and I was angry. I didn't feel like myself at all. I just didn't recognize myself in the mirror anymore. And now today I have very good mental clarity. I'm doing so many things I never thought I'd be able to do before. And I've lost all the weight that I wanted to. Not to mention, I just feel good every day mentally and physically. I love my energy levels. And that's just because I was able to mineralize my body, and detox it. It's just that simple. Health results when you take care of these two simple basic things. And it's not rocket surgery. You're just
Right.
giving your body what it needs to function and removing the toxins that interfere in your body's metabolic functioning. And those are the key to health. And that's what's missing when you go to your physician. They are not paying attention to those two very basic things. And that's why they are not able to correct the underlying causes of your fatigue and brain fog and health conditions.
Well, congratulations on how far you've come. It's so good to hear, people saying that they feel awesome and they've lost the weight, because a lot of us need that inspiration. So can you tell us a little bit more about your Mineral Power program and how it would help women to lose the weight and feel better?
Yes, well, they can learn more at mineralpower.com. And I talk a lot about on mineralpower.com about the different metal toxicities and, all the things related to the program. But like I said, it starts with a hair mineral analysis, and they get a lot of support. They get email support with me. We have weekly webinars where people can call in and ask questions and get support on the program, Facebook group, things of that nature. And they also get a diet plan to follow, which is my modern paleo diet. It's not a strict paleo diet. I don't believe in one-size-fits-all diets.
Right.
I'm more a fan of determining your food sensitivities through elimination diets or blood testing to determine your food sensitivities. And because a lot of people can tolerate certain grains, and they very few people are intolerant to potatoes. And a lot
Right. I'm the same way. I don't really care if the caveman ate it or not. I just care about whether it works for your body. So I say I'm paleo-ish,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care what the caveman ate. It's more like people would not have survived if they didn't adapt to new foods. And there's many people that have adapted to these new foods that have been introduced to us since Paleolithic times. And so that's what I talk about in the modern paleo diet. And they get an outline of that. They also get a customized nutrient therapy protocol that's based on their hair mineral analysis and their health conditions. So that corrects the issues they personally have in their body. And it's made up of mainly minerals. They also get custom chelators based on their metal toxicities. Most of them are natural chelators. And so that will help them detox. It takes about 2 years to detox. So, many women are, 30, 40, 50, probably not going to detox in 6 months. It takes a while to get these toxins out of our body, to do it slowly and safely so they're not suffering. And then they get detox protocols. I insist everyone use an infrared sauna. Those are key to sweating out the 500 chemicals that the CDC says we have on average in our body, and sweating out metals and killing off infections. Many people have chronic infections, parasites, viruses, gut dysbiosis, and the sauna, raises your body temperature a couple degrees and kills off all this garbage and infection people have in their body. So it serves a lot of different purposes, and it feels great.
Yeah, so why infrared as opposed to traditional sauna?
Well, the traditional sauna, many people can't stay in it very long. It's too hot. I can't do more than 10 or 15 minutes. With the near infrared sauna, which is what I prefer because it's inexpensive, penetrates deeper, and it's very inexpensive to run. Those you can stay in for an hour. The temperature can be very, very low. So if people are ill or have cancer or elderly, etc., they can do that, whereas they can't do a traditional infrared sauna.
Right.
Additionally, the infrared rays penetrate inside you, and they heat you up from the inside out. So that's completely different functioning from a regular traditional Finnish or Swedish sauna. So they're not as effective for detox. So I don't waste my time in them. I just go for the infrared sauna, near or far, both good. I just prefer the near infrared red bulbs.
Yeah, I am so with you. I can't stay in the regular sauna. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm kind of on the warm side all the time. So the regular traditional saunas do not entice me, but I do enjoy the infrared saunas because it's not as oppressive of the heat.
Yeah.
So Kit, can you give us a couple of detox tips for today that our listeners can maybe put in place right away?
Absolutely. Well, the number one thing, find an infrared sauna near you. You can go to spafinder.com and type in infrared sauna in your zip code and maybe just try that out a couple times a week. It would be fantastic. I prefer my clients do them about 30 minutes every day for a couple years just to really get all the toxins out of them. But that's the number one thing you can do. You can also purchase one at home. I have my favorite one that I use on my website, store.live110.com, under infrared saunas. It's a sauna space pocket sauna. That's my favorite one. And they're very inexpensive to purchase for your home. And the next thing you can do, very easy, that goes, really detoxes a lot of metals, is using a product called BioSil. And BioSil is marketed as a hair, skin, and nail product. So your hair you become a fluffy little chia pet, while you're using the product. You get beautiful nails, etc. It has silica in it, and many people are deficient in silica. So the silica makes your bones and nails and hair very, very strong. And while it's doing that, while you're flooding your body with the silica, it displaces and mobilizes many heavy toxic metals, including tin, arsenic, thallium, and aluminum. And these are toxins that many people are toxic in. Everyone's toxic in aluminum. Most people have arsenic. Anyone living in an urban area has thallium toxicity because it's added to gasoline to prevent knocking in engines. And a lot of people have tin. And so these toxic metals basically poison enzymes that transport nutrients into your mitochondria, which is your energy powerhouses. They make your body's energy. And by poisoning enzymes, the mitochondria don't have the basic building blocks to make energy. So they reduce your body's ability to make energy. And that's why Starbucks makes billions of dollars, because we're trying desperately to get energy. And so by detoxing these toxic metals with the BioSil, over time you get energy. It takes about 2 years. So you need to take the BioSil about 6 drops, maybe 10 drops per day, but no more than that, because some people can develop really severe fatigue taking more than 10 drops a day. So you just do that in some orange juice, citrus juice, pineapple juice. That enhances absorption of it. So that's going to mobilize all these toxins. It also detoxes cesium and bismuth. A lot of women get bismuth toxicity from makeup. Bismuth is a lot in makeup. And it also detoxes antimony. Not very common, but so you do that. And then you take another product called Pectosol C, which is a modified citrus pectin. That's going to absorb all these toxins that we're mobilizing. You do not want to take the BioSil without the Pectosol.
Okay.
It's a modified citrus pectin. It just grabs on all the stuff, and it absorbs chemicals as well. And you just do about 5 grams of that, which is 1 scoop or 6 capsules. And I just do that in my coffee in the morning. And you take that away from other supplements because it's going to absorb them. So I just do that first thing in the morning. I wait an hour or 2 to eat and take my supplements. And that's one of the most effective things you can do at home to start detoxing today.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for the information, Wendy. And one more thing, you have a free gift that you're giving to the audience, the Limitless Energy Guide. Can you tell us just about that real quick, and then we'll be done?
Yes, well, I find most people's complaint is they want more energy. They're tired and they don't have the energy that they used to. So I developed a Limitless Energy e-guide that talks about the underlying reasons of why everyone's so tired. Really, really a lot of good information there. I talk about my story as well, my story with my health conditions, etc., and how I was able to resolve those. So you can download that at live110.com/sign-up. I'm sure the link will be somewhere on the screen.
We'll have the link right next to the audio and then also in the email that you guys received today. So, wow, Wendy, thank you. I feel like I could talk to you for hours and hours. You're such a wealth of information. This is really great information because it's things that we may not be thinking of when we're really trying to overcome fatigue, lose that weight, look and feel better. So thank you so much for sharing this information. And everyone go over to mineralpower.com to check out Wendy's program and learn how you can start detoxing your minerals or detoxing your body and getting the minerals you need. Thank you, Wendy, so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you everyone for listening today. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas.